Okay, we are live on Instagram.
Okay.
We are live on Facebook and YouTube.
My Facebook hasn't come up yet. There I am. Okay. I see myself. Hello, everybody. Facebook hasn't.
Oh, Hilda,
I thought I
you're
turned the
so
table.
lovely.
I'm so lovely.
I'm supposed
I
to-
have a beautiful redhead behind me tonight.
You do?
She's my girlfriend.
But not your bestie, though.
But not my bestie. My
Oh,
best.
Scott Dunbar.
What is going on here? We have ghosts up here tonight.
Either mom or dad has decided to mess with us today.
What just fell? Because we didn't even.
The other phone.
But you're not even near it.
I know.
Okay, so we've had, since nobody is on with us, I have nobody on with
Hey,
us.
Gustavo. Gustavo joined us on YouTube.
Yeah, okay. So since no one is on Facebook but me, basically tonight, a tea thing that I have jumped off the shelf and landed on the floor.
That nobody was anywhere near.
And nobody was anywhere near it. And then just now, a phone just fell and nobody was near it. So we're being visited by ghosts who are throwing things on the floor. I'm telling
you, it's because we moved the plushy broccoli.
But I would think that would make him happy.
Hey, Sam Green. Well,
so,
maybe it's mom then. Who knows?
I don't know. Well, did we mess with mom's stones today?
No.
No.
I just redirected mom's energy from Joel to you. Because Joel was not traveling anymore. Maybe
mom wants the energy to be with Joel.
Yeah, but it worked for you.
Mom loves Joel.
I know. Well, everybody loves Joel because Joel we don't see every day. I'm sure if we saw Joel every day, we would not love him as much as we did.
Mom loves Joel. It's her fave. Oh well, we'll deal with the gremlins and the ghosts. So, okay, so we have Army with us. Could be gremlins too. Could be gremlins. I don't know. We have a guy named Richie who he hangs up on our floor because we like him a lot, and he works the building, and he follows like ghosts. He shoots.
He's a ghost investigator.
A ghost investigator, and he says that when he's up here, because we have like a couch up here, and sometimes he sleeps in the middle of the night because he kind of guards continuity from any floods that may come when we have major rainstorms or snowstorms. And he said there was a night up here, and he did his little ghost following.
Yeah, apparently there's an app. And I don't know what it's called. If you really want to know, I will find out and post it for you. But there's an app that if you shoot it from your phone, it will make like these little stick figures where it sees a ghost.
And we have a ghost that likes to sit at one of our computers up here.
Yeah. And I got Richie all excited because I showed him a video of, apparently, in a Tesla, it's got this big screen, on the dashboard of a Tesla that shows you where the cars are or if somebody is crossing the road. So this video was these guys, probably, college students or high school students, driving through a graveyard really slowly at night.
Uh-huh.
And then all of these little like stick figures would appear. It's like, oh my God, there's a ghost over there.
See? So, and we definitely have a ghost up here who today must be angry.
Well, we have more than one because while he was shooting the one over there, one appeared like right over his shoulder and he's like, okay, I'm done.
Really? We have two ghosts up here? Well, now they're throwing stuff.
Yeah, now they're knocking stuff over. I think by having spotted them, we pissed them off. I don't know.
Maybe. They're probably fighting over coloring.
No, this is not the Krusty Bunker ghost. We don't know if the Krusty Bunker has any ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we're on tonight. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Chris. Hi, Sam. Yeah, it's becoming like that up here. Next time you see us, we'll have Reynolds Wrap hats. I need to make a Reynolds Wrap hat for Friday night.
Your glasses of water all over the
right,
place.
Exactly.
Swing away, Chris. Swing away. No, wait, the artwork.
All right. I do have my plastic, so I am ready to roll. If you guys are ready to roll, is everybody ready to roll tonight? It is our Wacky Wednesday. We are down to 2 people tonight. We don't have Pete because Pete's got a cold, but he will be back next Wednesday. Old Continuity wasn't haunted. No, I don't think Old Continuity was haunted. You think it was haunted downstairs?
Oh, ninth floor? No.
No. This floor feels a little haunted.
Yeah.
So, but no, we didn't have ghosts on 9. We only have ghosts on 16.
Yeah. Although we do have the water tower right over our heads, so you know.
We had bums in our first continuity.
Yes, they would hang out in our vestibule.
Right.
And piss in our fake plant.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun.
Okay, Sam Green says, oh, something is itching in my nose. That Archie has arrived in good order.
Yay.
So,
I highly recommend not getting like a fire access floor. It sucks. Because then they always have access to your floor.
Right. Okay, your dad wants you back downstairs. I don't know. We're happy up here. We may have ghosts up here, but we're happy
Hey, Benjamin.
Here. This is a better floor than the 9th floor. 9th floor was a really big floor, but this is a nicer floor.
Mm.
So I'm happier up here. So
Both sound worse than ghosts. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, our first continuity on 48th Street. I had to walk up the stairs because we had these bolt locks that locked our elevator. So I would have to come up if the guys didn't sleep over and they bolted the elevator, then I would have to take the staircase up. And we had this like giant fox lock on the door that had 2 things that would go.
Oh, I remember those, yeah.
Right. And there was a bum who used to live on the staircase. I would literally have to step over in the morning to go upstairs to open the door. And then when you open the door, it was right where the coffee machine was. And there would be this burbling tar left in the bottom of a coffee pot burning because no one turned off the coffee machine.
Didn't you have to give the homeless guy like a breakfast sandwich every time?
No, that was Ellen.
Oh, that was Ellen.
When Ellen and I wrapped, and I would drop her off at the house at like 2 a.m. from dropping off her last job, there was a bum that would sleep in between her front door to the door into her apartment building. And he would like grumble at her and then throw money at her.
Oh, that's it.
And then she would pick up the money and go into the bodega next door and get him a sandwich and bring it back. And then he would let her go in. And this was like every night if she stayed
says,
late.
how charming.
Yes. Yeah. That was back in the 70s or 80s. New York in the 80s. But I used to be like, Ellen, why are you getting this guy food? She goes, well, he's hungry. He throws money at me. And they won't let him, like, if he goes into the bodega, they won't, like, take his money and make him a sandwich. They just chase him out. Ellen's a nice person. What can I say? I would never have done it. I'd be like, no, just let me in my house. Okay. So here we go, guys. I'm going to start with this while we're loading up. And then we have lots of new stuff going on. And today is Weird Wednesday. So we do have some weird stuff. I did find something, and Pete actually was nice enough to write a thing up for me tonight. So I kind of have a little Pete thing, kind of, sort of.
A Pete-ish thing.
A Pete-ish thing. Pete will be back next Wednesday. And Rich is also not here with us because he's also sick and has family stuff going on as well. So hopefully Rich and Pete will be around next week. And I know Pete will be around next week. I don't know what Rich has going on. So anyway, so we're going to start a show. It's just me and Z tonight. So you're going to have to just take your time with us because there's only 2 of us doing everything tonight. Okay, so I'm going to start it with, I have one left of the signed Tarzan, these cool leather box set of interesting stuff that's been put together. This is my last one. It is $100 to buy. The way you would say if you're interested in anything I'm selling tonight is to write it in the comment bar. We will recognize it. If you're on YouTube, we can read whatever you would like to purchase. It is always good to give us a little bit of information. Like, I'd like to purchase that Batman, or I want to purchase
claim is a great word.
Tarzan. Yeah, claim is a great word. And basically, we will recognize you. We will talk and make sure this is what you want. We'll blow a bomb. And then we'll ask you to direct message us your private information of what your real name is and where we're shipping to.
And your PayPal email address.
And an email.
And for those of you on YouTube, I just posted the nealadamsstore.com website. You can go there. We have a email, contact us on the first page, and you can get us that information that way.
Right. But it's probably better to go through Facebook or Instagram. We just see it a lot quicker.
And this is our Facebook, and I'll show you the Instagram in a second.
Right. So I'm going to move on while Zea's doing that so we can get going. Okay, so inside of here, Andrea has purchased one of these, and Andrea says this Tarzan set is beautiful and displays very nicely. Last one, and this is it, guys. This is the last one. And they didn't make a lot of these, actually. This had a very small run, is my understanding. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't big. And they seem to put these kind of things out. I just saw another one on the shelf, which must have been the sample that they showed us of what they do to get my dad to do this. And it's something about princess something. I'll bring it out. Okay, so here you'll see Neal Adams' signature.
Hold still for a second.
Okay, Neal Adams' signature right here.
There we go.
With other people who have worked on Tarzan. Inside they have artwork. They have artwork by different people who have worked on Tarzan. Obviously, Neal Adams is in here. Otherwise, Neal would not have signed it. But it has color as well as black and white. So anyone who's worked on Tarzan, I'm sure, is in here. So it's kind of like a legacy of Tarzan. But it's very cool. It has nice paintings. I'm going to see if I can find Neal. Because, of course, tonight I won't find him. Usually I can open it and it's exactly where I want to be. But because we have ghosts up here tonight, it's not going to happen. Because the ghosts are going to work against me today, I can tell. And they are, because I'm not finding Dad.
What's out?
No. They'll just have to believe me that Dad's in here. But it's weird.
I know there's at least one or two black and whites, and then there's
a color.
2 or 3 paintings.
Yeah, it's weird. Usually I open it, and there's Dad. Okay, here's a black and white. So there is the black and white. There is a painting in here as well. And it's kind of like the history of Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs, and stuff like that. So it's got
wait, there's more.
It's got this nice hardback book.
Oh, Greg Butler is taking the Tarzan book.
Okay, then I'm not going to. I'll show you the cool stuff on the inside. So it comes with this little envelope of goodies, which has news letters in it. It's got a copy of the first check that was ever written for Tarzan. It's got a lot of interesting information that's very cool. It has a glass, like a plate in it that I think is of the first Tarzan movie poster. It comes inside with a fountain pen and then a metal book plate that's very cool. So it's a great little package. This was my last one, and Greg Butler is going to take it. So,
Yay!
and thank you, because I'm glad this has finally found a home.
Pastor Batman 88 is asking, do you have any of the Batman omnibus?
No, we do not have any Batman omnibuses. Sorry, those came and sold out. And I think, we're just down to the copies that we held on to in the family. Okay, so let me put Greg Butler on.
Sorry,
this.
Bertman. Greg Butler on Facebook has already claimed the Tarzan.
Greg Butler. And yes, Army is correct in that Jason has done a statue based on that piece that I just showed. So, and we have more Jason statues with us tonight because it's Weird Wednesday. So I'm going to put this, I don't know where to put this. I'm going to put this way.
Over here? Yeah.
Okay, Greg Butler. So make sure to direct message us. I'm going to start the night off with a mess because I feel like doing Messy Wednesday. So here we go.
Go for it.
Oh, this may be the one that was skinning along. Yeah, this is a skinner.
Do you want me to try it?
Well, you try it. See if you can get it. The paper just keeps rolling.
Ready?
Watch the lights. Notice Zeea can do it.
That was even louder than it usually is.
I think because it was over your head. Okay, so that was for Greg Butler, our first buy of the night.
Happy Power says, I knew I should not have stepped away. Bathroom runs are overrated.
Okay, so that was our first item for the night. Second item of the night. Da-da-da-da. Oh, crap, I didn't write down. I remember. Okay, so I still have Thrill Kills. Now, Thrill Kill is a story that Neal did many, many years ago. This is the IDW. These were created a million years ago. This is the IDW portfolio of Thrill Kill. It comes signed by Neal. Who's got a giant size Neal Adams signature in it. And then inside of this is the story Thrill Kill, which is original size portfolio plates. This is kind of done before we got into those gallery books. So if you really want to complete your Neal Adams gallery, I would say, so Gustavo is saying, don't think Spida appreciates the fact his statue is considered a Weird Wednesday piece. And he says, no problem. So
we in the Adams clan do accept that we are weird.
That is true. Matter of fact, we're proud of that.
Most of the time.
Okay, so if you want to complete your Neal Adams gallery, if you're buying the new IDW Neal Adams gallery books that will be available, I think this coming fall. This is gallery size. Granted, it is not in a book, but this is the Thrill Kill story, and this is based right off of the originals of Thrill Kill, the same way the gallery books are done. It is original page size to Neal Adams. This was like what they did before gallery books became a thing.
Andrea says this is really a portfolio, perfect for framing too. There are some amazing panels in this.
Exactly. And this has the complete story, which has probably 12 pages, I would bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's an 8-page story. 8-page story. And we're selling this for $100. This was originally printed in what year? 2012. And this is the first printing of Thrill Kill. Well, Thrill Kill, first printing of this portfolio. So, and it's a nice little package. They're very tight inside of this folio. So it's a little tight getting your pages back in.
And how much are we selling this for?
This is 100 to buy, and like I said, it has a really nice big Neal Adams signature on it. They are a little dinged because they came to us dinged at the very top.
Whoa. There you go.
At the very top, up here. This way, there's a little ding there.
Hey, Ryan, if it doesn't get shipped by like Friday, it'll be shipping next week.
Right, I'm
We're
going to be
just
doing
down rich, so
right. I'm going to be shipping out tomorrow for those people who are paid. So tomorrow is shipping day, so we'll get the stuff out. I figured if you guys bought tonight, I would put in whatever you bought tonight in whatever you may have already purchased that's going out the door. So maybe you'll find something tonight that you want to add in before I start shipping tomorrow. So nice portfolio. Like I said, came out in 2012. It's an IDW Scott Doombear project. This is what probably launched doing the gallery books because it is the same premise where he is shooting from the originals with all their ding-dangs, tape marks,
right.
dirty pencil.
It's not color corrected or anything. It's exactly,
Right.
It's photo accurate to the original.
Right, exactly. So, and we have only a couple of these available. They are 100 to buy, and that is thrill kill. So if you feel different later tonight, you can always direct message us through Instagram or Facebook, and we'll pull one aside for you.
Yeah, Ryan Tarn says, that's all good, never heard back, so just inform me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just since we're down rich, he
Right.
tends to do that stuff, and we've
Right.
kind of had our hands full this week.
Exactly. Okay.
Happy Tower says the portfolio is well worth the $100.
Yeah, it's a really nicely done folio. Okay, so I'm going to start with, this is a movie poster. I only have one of these available. And the movie is the fun one, Killers
on Wheels. Their
on
game is
Wheels.
sex and violence. A
Right.
savage orgy of blood and lust.
Right. Now, a lot of people are aware that Neal did this. A lot of people aren't aware. Most people believe that Neal started with Kung Fu movie posters. This kind of squeaked in there as well. It is not as well known. This is the actual movie poster, which is the reason why it is folded, because movie posters come in folded. It is signed by Neal down here on the bottom somewhere, and we're selling this for $300.
Just how I like my orgies.
And it's got sexy girls, sexy bikes, sexy guys, I guess.
Lots of violence.
Yes, I've never seen this movie, so I can't vouch for it, guys. But it is the beginnings of Neal into movie poster commercial work.
I only just this weekend watched Lords of Flatbush.
Really?
Because it's got Stallone and Henry Winkler and Perry
That
King.
may be like one of the
And I was
first
like,
R-rated
such a
movies I went by
bad
myself
movie.
to see.
This is such a horrible movie.
It wasn't.
But I will say, any age Sylvester Stallone, if I saw him coming at me like pissed, I'd run.
Except he was short.
I would still run.
Right. But it had the Fonz in it.
It did. Yeah, he was not very threatening.
No.
I would not have been afraid of him.
No. Okay, so $300 for the killer wheels. Killer chicks.
Killers
whatever.
on Wheels.
Killers on wheel. Okay. We have found some stuff.
That's what we called
today.
Jason when his leg was broken in a wheelchair. Killer on Wheels.
I think that's what he called mom when mom. And Jason broke his leg, and it happened kind of in the summer, and I ended up taking care of Jason down at my dad's apartment because my dad had an elevator and Jason was kind of living in a building that had a lot of stairs up to it. So we kind of moved into my dad's apartment because Neal and Marilyn and Josh were out in California for the summer. And if Jason like crawled under my skin, all I had to do was have mom wheel him in the wheelchair because my mother would aim that broken leg into anywhere.
Any wall.
And Jason would have to beg me to take him back from mom. And I used to laugh at that. So, Saber Cirilla loves the Lords of Flatbush.
Right, but do you love Lords of Flatbush or do you love it because it was shot in your old neighborhood?
I think, was that the first time we saw Stallone? I think it was.
It looked like a pretty baby Stallone.
Yeah, I think it was the first time we met Stallone. I mean, it's definitely pre-Rocky. Okay, so we're going to start with sex. We seem to be on a sex thing tonight, Zee.
Got some sexy ladies
We have
here.
some sexy ladies. So
Sexy
Jason
ladies.
pulled out some old portfolio plates that we had. This was done in 2009. This is on a linen paper. So you see the linen lines through it. It's actually pretty interesting. These are 11 by 14. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. We do have purple pasties on my Blue Lady, but I figure all of you are smart enough to know what the Blue Lady looks like. She was the cover of Star Reach. And I don't know if Facebook still throws you off for,
Actually, I think we needed 2 pasties.
for showing boobages.
Because the orange version of her is revealing as well.
Okay.
I won't zoom in that tight now. That way you can tell.
What do you mean the orange version of her?
Where she's orange.
Down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, this is the Blue Lady, which a lot of you know from Star Reach. This is a paint, it's painted and markered. It's kind of a combo piece that Neal did himself. Pencil and ink, obviously. Neal color is definitely Neal. I love the face of the guy who's back here. Back here. That kind of, you don't notice him at first, and then you're like, whoa, there's a guy back there. It's a very cool piece. We're selling this for $100. It is 1114. This is Blue Lady from 2009. Henry Winkler based Fonzie on Stallone's character in Lords of Flatbush.
All right, Michael Kirby is claiming a Blue Lady.
Okay, Michael Kirby. Thank you. We should have had sex music, Zeea. We tune up some sex music. Okay, so I have
up on the face.
I have a couple of these available.
That's as close as I can get to on the face. And this was what, 100?
100. The art on this is beautiful.
Very white.
Oh, now I see what you're talking about, the orange lady.
Yeah.
I don't think they would notice the orange lady. I think they would notice the blue lady. So I will say she has very nice boobages underneath my purple sticker. So the purple tag that's going across her chest is obviously because she has naked boobs. Yes, this was done in,
Maybe this is not sexy.
in the 70s. Yes.
This is not sexy. It's very white, but it's not sexy.
So Kelly Rusk is going to claim one. Thank you, Kelly. You need chicka chicka boom boom music.
I know, but you can't search up chicka chicka boom boom music, And Happy Towers is claiming one.
Okay. I mean, this is gorgeous coloring by Neal. This piece is a gorgeous piece.
Nat King Cole. Give me a song title. Help me out with that, because I pulled up Barry White, and everything I pull up on Barry White is not like sexy.
And Happy Towers.
How about a Superman in blue? Huh?
How about a Superman in blue?
You need big
spender.
All right.
Hey, big spender.
I don't know.
Spend a little time with me. I'm too sexy? Maybe. Well, I will say Friday night, because maybe that's it. That may be all I got. Okay, I'm going to move on. So, all right, we're going to put Blue Lady to the side. Enough sex for tonight, guys. All right, those Barry White songs for roller skating. Of course they are. Okay, the next one that Jason gave me is Battle Royale. This again is from 2009. Now this is a Mattel Hurlant cover that Neal did for France, for Shid Barusha. And
correct anything can you? Okay, you guys are just being silly now.
And it's a barbarian with a red Sonia with this crazy chick lady in the front who now has a knife going through her neck.
That's an escape lunch lady that was LARPing that day.
So this is 100 to buy. It is signed. And again, this is a piece that is pencil, ink, and colored by Neal. This was actually colored in marker. This was done in a big layout bond pad of paper. But it was done in marker. Again, it was very close to the same time period that Neal did the Blue Lady. I would say we were on 48th Street, I can say that. So it was probably early 80s when Neal did this. Again, it was done for a French magazine for France. And a lot of work in this piece. I mean, the thing that I've noticed about Neal with barbarians is that obviously you have to have a lot of death around your barbarians. So it's always a busy piece because barbarians have to kill at least 10 people. And then you have to have the people who are still coming after him, which gives you like another 2 people. So generally there are 12 people in a Conan piece, if not more than that. So this is 100 to buy. And Zeea has found the official.
It's apparently the theme music is currently not available in my country or region. Like the orgy music is.
The orgy music. Yes. So we can run this for Blue Lady as well as this piece. Okay, so if anybody is interested in this piece, this is 100 to buy. Again, this is hand colored by Neal. And it was done in markers. I will put these. See, Weird Wednesday. These are weird pieces.
Barbarian who kills less than 10 people is called a Barbie.
Okay, next up, and again, this one is done on that linen paper. I told you he'd come. Now, what's interesting is this piece actually was recently up on, I think, the official Neal Adams appreciation page, because people were asking where did this originate from. It originated as a calendar cover, is my understanding. The size of this, again, is 11 by 14. It is signed by Neal. It was done in 2000. This one is copyright 2002. So 1114, obviously Tarzan character lost from the Everglades. And I would say the way this is colored, I would really think Neal did this. So this is probably pencil ink color. Neal has all those blue undertones that Neal does. I know some people thought this was colored by Corey. I do not think this was colored by Corey. I believe this was colored by Neal.
Yeah, I know this was painted by Dad. Yeah.
Happy Town is like my Everglades. For Tarzan?
It's the Tarzan Disney theme music.
Yeah, Rich better come back. Okay, I'm going to move on. That was my Tarzan in the Everglades. Next up is, now this one personally I love. This is obviously the nice Conan Neal did, where he's sitting in the chair. He's got one boot off because he's been stabbed in the leg, obviously. Just says, man, Conan. It's signed by Neal, copyright 2001, Zeea Adams, 11 by 14, $100 to buy. This is a hot piece of art.
Yeah, James Hostler, that last one was definitely Neal's color.
Yeah.
That was Dad's painting.
So this is, once again, Conan, drawn by Neal, signed by Neal, 11/14, $100 to purchase. And these came out of a portfolio that Jason had. We never did Detective 405, Ryan. So I don't have that. But are barbarians weird? I think Weird Wednesday, sometimes it's not so much that barbarians are weird. It's just we'll go through the drawers and pull out the weirder stuff. So like this is really old. It's on a linen paper that we don't even print on anymore. It's pieces that are older pieces. We moved into bigger pieces, 13 by 19 sizes. It's really rare that we do anything 11/14 anymore. So this is from an earlier time period. So really Weird Wednesday is us now going through cabinets and, either even some of our personal stuff. Like there's a piece that I'm going to show tonight, which actually was the first job I ever wrapped, which my dad gave me. But I decided that I'm never going to do anything with it. So I might as well just put it out. So I decided tonight just to put it out. So one called Barbie, they are weird. I don't know if Dad ever did Barbie.
No, he means if barbarians kill less than 10 people, they're called Barbie.
Oh, I see. Well, I once again, it's weird because I've been through so much art in the last couple of days recently. We're also starting to put together, a lot of our art is kind of all over the place in a weird way because of how we worked commercially. And I'm starting to put jobs back together again and put the puzzles back together again. But I don't think we ever worked on Barbie as a license. I don't think that ever went through here. So, I found this little gem. It's an 11 by 14 Rogue, signed by Neal. It is the only one I have. It was in the drawer today, and I was like, I'm snatching that. So this is $100 to buy. It is the only one I have, and with a Neal Adams signature on it, and it's $100 to buy. I thought it was a sweet piece.
Happy Towers is claiming Rogue. Sorry, Jim. Happy beach to it.
All right, Happy Towers.
How much is this?
100. Okay, I'm gonna blow a bomb for the people that have bought. So now we keep the energy going. Okay, Happy Towers. I'm gonna do this one. All right, I'm gonna try this one.
All right.
Easy. Oh, that was a noisy one. I'm deaf on that. Well, I hope when Zeea and I
Yeah,
are
what happened
deaf.
to your earmuffs?
I don't know.
Because you have your Christmas earmuffs.
Oh, my Christmas earmuffs are home
Oh,
because I wore them home cold and
Gotcha.
they're home. But when Zeea and I are old and we're deaf, you guys better come visit us.
that's right. You better contribute to the hearing aid fund
That's
for me and
right.
Chris.
Okay, so here we go. All right, who is this actor?
Jason Momoa.
13 by 19. So this is a 13 by 19 print, pencil ink Neal
Well,
color.
this was actually a finished pencil render
Okay.
that Dad did that was colored, digitally watercolored by myself.
All right. So a Neal Adams Zeea print,
Because that's so rare.
13 by 19, signed by Neal. We can get Zeea to sign this. This is $100 to buy.
Jason Spider Momoa. Lance says new Aquaman is available to stream today.
Really?
Mm.
Nice. Wonder if it's good. I hope it's good. It would be nice if it's good.
Did they replace What's Her Face with somebody else, or is she still Mira?
I heard she was still in it, but I don't know if that's true. Ryan replied to Ryan.
Oh, Brian made a comment. Rich responded. Ryan's responding to Rich, but it's like goes under.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not
And Lance says, watching her now. Okay, so she is still Mira. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason says she's in it for less than 10 minutes. Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
All right, Lance. Kelly Russ wants to know what platform is Aquaman streaming on. Now, somebody better buy this print then.
I'm selling the Aquaman movie now tonight. I'm making money for DC Comics.
Seriously. Lance says he's watching her now. All right, but what platform, Lance? Because
Right, are you
inquiring
on-
minds want to know.
Obviously, you're not on Disney Plus.
Okay, so yeah, no, Disney Plus and Prime Video, or Apple Plus. Sorry, Apple Plus and Prime Video.
Right.
So
So
Chris said Disney Plus. So.
no, I said it's obviously not on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. Okay. So
Thank you, Happy
we have
Hours.
Aquaman for $100, digitally colored by Zeea, pencil by Neal. I'm promoting Aquaman too. No, it just happened that we came across these. Actually, I had these last week, but we didn't get to these last week. Okay, I have a 13 by 19 of this full print, which is Robin for $100, signed by Neal. I personally love this piece.
Well, this one was colored by Mama.
Yeah, this is colored by Corey. Pen and ink is Neal, obviously. It's the redesign of the Robin costume. I think this piece rocks. But then I like this Robin. And it's Robin finally acting cool like Batman. It's very rare that Robin gets to be cool.
It's looking a little less like bait.
Yes, this is from the fold-out poster from Robin 1, but I believe this has been recolored. So, 13 by 19 is the size, $100 is the price. It is signed by Neal at the bottom.
Happy Dog says, I bought this because of the Corey color. I'm not crazy about Robin.
Really? What is everybody's problem with Robin?
Because he's always been used as bait.
Actually, you know who the meanest person is about Robin? Funny at the same time is Frank Miller. Frank believes Robins are only made to kill. And that's why we have Robin, because you can kill Robins.
Hell, Dad got really mad at me because somebody on one of our streams had asked why Robin's so brightly colored when Batman's so dark. And I said, that's easy, because he's the bait. And Dad got really Dad did not like that answer.
Well, but he knows.
I'm like, who always gets kidnapped and Batman has to go save him?
Okay, next up. Oh, this is a piece I know we have had. This is a 13 by 19 Batman and Robin again for $100, signed by Neal. This one I like because we have Batman and Robin together. And it's in Robin's new costume. Kind of, sort of, not really. 13 by 19. Yeah, you can keep the Batmans going because I want a Batman run now.
Lance says because Batman doesn't like to be shot.
It's not easy being a superhero, guys. $13 by 19 is the size. Batman and Robin. Signed by Neal.
That's why Batman never worked during the day.
$100 to buy. Robin doesn't.
Yeah,
have,
he's
wearing, got the toe boots.
Yeah, he's wearing those. We refer to them as ninja boots.
Right.
But the big toe is separated from the other toes.
Right. Now they're ninja boots, Kelly Rust.
Ninja boots.
Gotta get your kung fu information together here.
Although it is better than the shoes that they made where each toe was individual.
Right. That's a weird one.
Because my ex got those and it was the weirdest freaking thing. I'm like, get those things
weird. Okay, here's one. 13 by 19. Female Batman. With the red hair. 13 by 19. Pen and ink Neal.
You mean Batgirl?
What did I just say?
You said female Batman.
I did say female Batman, which is Batgirl. Female Batgirl. Pencil and ink. Neal, color on this is corny. Signed by me. 13 by 19 is the size. $100 to claim it. Frank's doing Spider-Man? Interesting. 13 by
commissions with toe socks.
Right. 13 by 19, Batgirl. Or female Batman. Okay, I'm going to keep moving along. All you guys have to do is say I'm claiming it. All right, this is an interesting Batman. Because I know Andrea is still looking on her hunt of Batmans.
This is the Barbarian Batman.
This is Barbarian Batman. Once again, 12 people to die.
Wasn't this one of the Batman metal covers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 13 by 19.
If Frank Frazetta did a Batman.
Pen and ink Neal. Color on this is digital color Corey. But I think this is cool. On the other hand, if my lights were out and this were hanging on the wall, Batman might creep me out a little bit. But that's kind of cool that Batman kind of creeps you out a little bit on this. Because he's got those like eyes. Like a bat. So 13 by 19, $100 to buy. Well, but Conan always looks outmatched, and he wins all the time.
I would say outnumbered.
Right.
But I would not say outmatched.
Face it, if you're the good guy, you win. I tend to like the fire explosion going on behind. It's sweet. $100 to buy. Nice piece of Batman here. All right, next up is, okay, we have a Batman Superman. So this is 13 by 19. We're going the other way. This is a pen and ink Neal. Color on this is Zeea.
Caitlin, these are prints. These are giclées.
Right.
Yeah, this was, Dad had done this illustration, and I saw it laid around, and I grabbed it, and I printed it onto watercolor paper and painted it. And then at some point, I saw Dad selling prints of the color. He's like, I guess I liked it.
And it is 13 by 19 and signed by Neal. So these are all original signatures by Neal as well. These are for sale. All you have to do is say, I'd like to claim that. Batman, Superman, or whatever one you want to claim. I just like how they're both beat up. Like, what the hell happened to the two of them? They look like they were watching the Buffalo Kansas City game. I don't know. That to me did not look like too rough a game.
I think they were in Brooklyn the other night when the Knicks were against the Nets, because
out of the Barclay.
There was some rumbling going on there.
Okay, this is, I can't read it.
This is, I don't think it has a title.
It doesn't have a title?
It doesn't have a title.
Okay, this is Neal doing a finished pencil render. Would you say that's a Tarzan character?
No, he's got a mohawk, so I thought this was Shaman.
It's a Shaman type. I don't know if this may be a pre-Shaman before we got to Shaman.
Happy Tower says, "Oh yeah, in Brooklyn." See, there you go.
Next 100
last night. Oh dear.
$100. 13 by 19.
No
well, that's the reason why you had rumbling, because the Knicks were not in Manhattan; they were in Brooklyn.
Yes. Has anyone with Batman and Robin been claimed yet? No. We have one with Batman and Robin. We have. It's that one.
Getting. Okay. This is the one with Batman and Robin for the person that asked.
Yep, that was Caitlin on Instagram.
Okay.
And I think this is the only one we have with both Batman and Robin on it.
Yeah.
Now, we do have other prints available that we're not showing tonight. So you can also send us a direct message on Instagram. Because there's one that's that Robin one, but it's got Batman in the background. We have a print of that.
I don't know if I have a print of that anymore.
Oh,
with
we used to.
signatures.
Okay. Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying is everything is starting to. This is it, guys.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm back to my shaman piece. This is a nice finished pencil render by Neal. This
Right.
originally came from a portfolio.
Caitlin is claiming the Batman Robin.
Okay, thank you. Caitlin, we'll pull this for you. And Caitlin, if you can direct message us, that would be great. And what we need is your name, the address you want this shipped to, and an email address for you. And Caitlin's on.
It's on Instagram. It's Caitlin with a K. And that Machuca, Machuca.
Okay, got it.
But I have it on here, so.
Okay. All right, we're going to put a sticker on that. And thank you, Caitlin, for buying Batman and Robin.
And we got a comment from Paul Paltaboon on YouTube saying, love the bursting party poppers for every sale, by the way. True to your dad, that's showmanship. My idea.
Well, actually, one of the things Zeea just took credit for that, and Zeea does deserve credit because she bought the first bombs. And unfortunately, Dad was already pretty sick when we started to do bombs, but he did get to see it in the hospital, and he was like, I really like the bombs.
Dad loved the bombs.
And we were just upset that Dad never got to like sit with us and do a bomb.
But the best part about the ones that go boom is that if you read them, it says, not intended for indoor use.
But he raised his daughters right, and we don't care.
There you go.
So $100 for the shaman piece, gorgeous piece, signed by Neal, 13 by 19. I'm going to put it over here. All right. So I did pull this out. This is a Batman swamp piece. This is the Detective 1000 cover, the harder one to get. It's one of the variant covers we did for Detective 1000. Now, I know like last Friday we showed it where Neal then went into it and colored it. This is the black and white wash. The size on this is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. Gorgeous Batman piece. $100 to buy. I mean, I think for Andrea, this up against the character. I'll show you.
Hello, Dennis 4x4.
I kind of like this. I'm helping Andrea out.
Oh, them two together?
Yeah. Because it's kind of like Neal in the past and Neal today. That's a possibility. I understand. I still have to pull the pose you're talking about, Zeea. But Andrea, I'm letting you see it. So, but there is the pose that Zeea wants me to pull out for you. So this is $100 to buy. It is Detective 1000, and it is the cover for that book, or one of the covers. This is another cover for the same book.
The villains cover.
Right, this we call the villains cover for Detective 1000. It, again, is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal. And it has a lot of villains that Neal has never really drawn before on this cover. Yep, I will work at that, Andrea.
Now I have to remember which print it was I was thinking about.
The running forward white one.
Oh, okay.
I found it in Lego form. I did not find it in non-Lego form.
Gotcha.
So 13 by 19 villains. Detective 1000. So if you're into villains, this has a lot of cool villains. It's got Scarecrow, which Neal never drew Scarecrow. This may be one of the first times he drew I can't say
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
He did do one 8.5 by 11 illustration of Scarecrow.
Did he?
It was like a bust.
But as far as like a cover in DC Land, the running one is vertical.
Yep.
So we'll pull it for you. We've just been short a couple of people this week, so that's the reason why I haven't pulled it, Andrea. And like I said, I found it in Lego form.
You can put the Lego next to it.
Well, then I have to find the Lego one. Okay, I'm going to hop over some. I wanted to put this back out there. Now, this doesn't come signed by Neal because we made this after Neal had passed. It does have a Scarecrow was on one of the Peter Pan records. Okay. So, but what I'm saying is really, Jason, he never drew Scarecrow. Like, it's not like you're going to find a lot of... Yeah, really. My own brother's doing nerd now. So this is 13 by 19. This is the memorial print, which does not have Scarecrow on it, that we did when Neal had passed. So this does not have a signature on it. It does have Neal's, signed signature. But we put a hologram Neal Adams signature on the back of it. How does the Batman hanging from the building look next to Superman? Okay, hold on. I will tell you in a minute. So this we made. Actually, this came from Wizard magazine. It was a piece that Wizard did on characters that Neal loved, that he worked on. There's DC characters on here. I'm sure there's got to be a
Marvel
character
characters. There's Atomic Mouse.
Definitely continuity comic characters on here. And then, of course, Dad is back there as well.
You guys talking in a bar.
So 13 by 19. This is the memorial print with Neal on it for $100. And like I said, it gets a hologram Neal Adams sticker on the back of it. All right. Wanted to know how this looks. All right. This is for Andrea. So you have this. Andrea's looking for a mate for her Superman kryptonite. She wanted to see how it looked next to Batman hanging off a building.
Yeah, I still think the one I mentioned will work better.
Well, I will say they're in the same time zone in a way. Mm-hmm.
Andrea says, great color on the memorial print. Thank you. I think that was... I know there were some bits of it that I did.
Yeah.
And I think Mom did the rest.
Right.
And then the night background where we added Dad, that we did digitally. Chris and I sat and we were trying to figure out how to fill that space. And I was like, hey, why don't we do this?
Right. Okay, so that was for Andrea.
She says it works. Thank you for indulging me.
Not a problem. Okay, I'm bringing back the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, basically.
From the first Suicide Squad?
13 by 19. That has a Barbie pink background as if Neal saw her future.
Mm-hmm.
Neal loved her boots. These were Neal's favorite boots in the world. This is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal for $100.
There was the temptation at one point of getting him those boots in his size, but he said no.
All right, I'm going to do like 2 more prints, and then I'm going to move off of this onto weird art. So once again, we have Harley Quinn here, 13 by 19 with the Barbie pink background. Signed by Neal, $100 to buy. This is a really nice piece if you're into Harley Quinn. Actually, I'm going to move to Petey's Corner next.
Okay.
I think is where I'm going to go. Okay, so I'm going to break from doing prints because I'm a little printed out. Okay, let me get my stuff together here. So today, while going through envelopes, I found the pencil to one of Neal's favorite covers. So what we did was we took the pencil, scanned it, and then put it on Joe Kubert paper. And then what I did pull out was, because Neal loved his cover so much, he made a ton of CGCs. So I have Green Lantern number 8, CGC, I have 9.8. So what I'm doing is I am selling, and I will put a hologram Neal Adams signature on this. It is a copy of Neal's pencil to size. And then we have a CGC 9.8 yellow label.
And you're selling this for?
I'm going to sell this for $300. I have a limited amount. I'm not selling this by itself. This is the only way you're ever going to get this. It is a package. It is a package that I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 times we're out. I'm not going to continue this forever. It was just a thought of a way of presenting one of Neal's favorite covers, and you can hear him saying it on like 3 to 4 different videos over the time frame that Neal was doing shows with us, that he loved this cover. Now, I never understood why he loved the cover, because I mean, Neal just does such great covers. So I kind of asked Pete about it today, because Pete is Neal's conscience, as we know, because Neal wrote that in Pete's Batman Odyssey book. And what Pete said was, well, do you understand why this is important? And I was like, nope. So Pete gave me this information since he can't be with us. So he says I have to show this. So we're all looking at this. This is Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. I don't know if the cover is Dave Gibbons. Okay, so we're supposed to look at this. Now I'm going to put it over here while we look at Neal's pencil. Okay, so this Neal Adams pencil cover is based on the classic Superman number 11 annual, written by Alan Moore and drawn by Dave Gibbons. It is widely considered to be one of the greatest Superman stories written in the past 30 years, which Neal the Ghost will say, no, Superman versus Muhammad Ali. The creatures are a plant-based organism that gives its victims their greatest fantasies. So the expressions on Green Arrow and Green Lantern's faces are ones of pure joy. They are getting in their minds everything they have ever wanted. It was printed as the cover of Green Lantern number 8 in 2006 with a story by Jeff Johns and art by Carlos Pacheco. So that's who's in the inside, is Jeff Johns and art by Carlos Pacheco. So that is the reason why Neal also loved the cover, was that he was following a really cool story done by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, and he enjoyed this cover. Like I said, there are many videos in our past where Neal talks about how much he loved this cover. And I'm selling a original sized pencil on Joe Kubert paper from the original scan of the pencils, and I'm selling it with the 9.8 CGC for $300. And this will be limited, and I will put a hologram Neal Adams signature on the back of the original of this print. So $300, you get 9.8 yellow label CGC and you get the print of the pencil, which I don't think we've ever showed the pencil till tonight. And that's the story behind it. And that's the little piece of Pete for tonight.
So Andrea says, so he loved that he was calling back to another story he enjoyed.
Yes.
And Gustavo says Pacheco was a huge fan of Neal's.
Yep. And Neal liked his work as well. No one has seen. I don't think we ever showed the pencils ever. This is the first time I think the outside world has seen the pencils. I'm only doing maybe 3 to 5 of these, and that's going to be it. So, and the only place you're going to get this is continuity. So, gorgeous piece, nicely done on Dad's favorite paper, Joe Kubert School. He supported, and you get a 9.8 CGC with that. And that is the story behind this cover. Thanks to Pete, who kind of put the final piece into play today.
Well, Pete pays attention to the things that you and I don't.
Well, he also sat an awful lot with Dad. Right. I mean, and he worked with Dad. I mean, Pete had to go in and go, no, Neal, that's not how you left the story. Mm-hmm. Or, no, that's not, or yes, that is, or research stuff for Neal. And as Pete has said, Pete's responsibility was always to have comic books that Neal would enjoy. Like Pete would steer Dad into reading the stuff that Dad had to read in order to keep himself current with comics. Mm. And granted, he would go by the front desk, ask Pete to give him some comics, and then he, as Pete said, he would go in the bathroom and read. I mean, that Dad worked all the time. The only time he could read comics was probably in the bathroom. And you can ask any Adams family member, is there always a stack of comics in the bathroom? There has always been a stack of comics in the bathroom. Like I said, my first introduction to Jim Steranko was I thought he was a European artist because his covers looked so different than American comic books, and it was on the bathroom floor. And I was like, oh, that must be a European comic. And for years, I thought that whoever drew that was from Europe, only to find out it was Jim Steranko later on in life. Can you fit in my unshipped portfolio shipment? Sure, this would fit in your unshipped portfolio shipment, Ryan. For sure. Okay, I'm going to move on. Right. Well, I don't think anybody made that connection except Pete. So, because Neal never really said anything.
Right, Ryan Torrance is claiming one of the bundles.
Okay, Ryan.
Thank you.
I'm going to blow a bomb for you because you were brave enough to go for that. I mean, granted, they'll pick this off of my thing. Yes, you did miss a Superman reference, my friend. I'm going to put one of these over here for 2 for Ryan.
Ryan says, woohoo!
And Ryan, because you were so brave, you're going to get a bomb. But I'm going to give you one of these bombs.
Oh.
And Zeea can blow this one. Because I'd rather this go this way. Because this one is messy.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Yay. It's also heavy.
That had a nice long drift time, too.
They do. I kind of like these new bombs. Because this one does have a drift time. Okay. Neal would just look at it with a smile on his face, and he said he loved it. I thought it was because both guys looked ridiculously happy on the cover. Well, I think there is an element of that. Like,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
doesn't get to draw a lot of happy superheroes.
right. I mean, when you're constantly just drawing stabbing people all the time, it's kind of nice. Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Do you want me to move that sack towards you?
Yeah, it's okay. I can reach it. Okay, this is probably, unless I find one more. I was shocked I found this one, guys. But this is one of my metal covers. So this is hard. It is metal. It is beautiful. It is shiny.
Ixnay on the Edelme.
The white looks beautiful. It is signed by Neal. It was a limited thing we did at a convention back in 2018 at San Diego. I only have one.
Didn't I color this?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what you do.
I think I did.
This is $200 to buy.
I hate when I can't remember what I've done.
$200 for a metal covered.
I think I colored this one. I remember sitting with Dad on this one.
I should send that into CGC. You're right. But there are times where Chris just doesn't feel like doing that. And at this point, it doesn't matter. I can't get a yellow label anymore. I can only get blue labels at this point. So this is signed by Neal, $200, white metal cover. Again, if nobody picks this up, I may just keep it because it's our last one. And I love these covers. And when you do the white background on a metal, it's gorgeous. And you're probably right. We probably only did 100. So, no problem. I'm going to put this to the side. Okay. Next up. So here comes my weird stuff, guys. All right. So, I'm going to start with, we're a little sporty tonight. So, my first piece, which I think you scanned this, right? No,
Nope.
You didn't scan this one.
I
Okay.
did not scan that.
This is a football piece that we did. This is part of our commercial art stuff. This is 13 by 9.5. It is only color. So basically what Neal did here was he actually drew the piece in pencil. We then darkened his pencil on the copier and then colored it because that was what Neal wanted, how he wanted this done. Probably more how the client really wanted it done. This is a really nice piece of art. It is $200 to buy. It has all kinds of reporters and people in the background. Football is going on in the foreground. It is a great piece of art. I love this piece. I don't care if it is just the color. Again, it's large. It is 13 by 9.5. It will get a certificate of authenticity stating that it is Neal's original, well, it's not his original pencil anymore, but it is based on Neal's original pencil with original color.
And Bill Schaefer was asking if we had any metal superheroes. I don't think we do.
No, we're not supposed to make metal covers. So we do not have tons of different metal covers up here. I mean, in fact, I think it's the only time we ever did metal covers. That and I think the wedding dress were the 2 times we did it.
I have my suspicions that this was a pencil that we copied to make.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh.
It's a finished pencil that we copied to make a black
Sorry,
line.
I was reading commentary.
That's all right. And then colored it. So, but I think this is like great piece of art.
Andrea says so many cameras. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
$200 is the claim price on this. $13 by 9.5 is the piece. Right. I mean, when we have done metal covers, guys, it's not like there's been huge runs of metal covers done by us.
Oh, Happy Towers is claiming the photographers. We said 200, right?
Yep, 200 for the photographers. It is a great piece. You made a great choice, Happy Towers. This is a gorgeous piece of art. This was colored. I can tell you this. Part of this I can tell is colored by Neal. I would bet the blue sky is using our not Copic markers, our Prisma markers or maybe even AD markers in the air spray. So it works like airbrush is how the background was done on that. And that would have been one of the front room guys. But I can tell that the reporters and the background stuff is Neal. So this is colored by Neal with front room guys. So, but it's really nice piece of advertising art.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye. Oops, let me read the price. Oh, the price is on there. Okay, I'm happy about that. That made me happy, guys.
Is that where your bought pieces are going?
Well, it's all kind of mixed up tonight. I'm gonna have to pull it apart tomorrow.
Okay.
But I wasn't going to clean tonight because I don't have to worry about Richie being here. Okay, these I think you did scan, right?
Those I did.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the peanut guy.
Did you read his name?
Winston Peanut Chucker. Okay, so here. Now these are Winston ads that we did. This is Neal's black and white original art for those. And this is a copy because Neal was like, why would I draw the Winston cigarette pack a million times? This is where all the original art is what we're selling, which here we are selling the Peanut Chucker. So this is, obviously we're at a baseball game. This is Neal's original art. So it is Neal's original pen line, pencil and ink, for Winston. The size is 11 inches long by 4¼ inches wide. What was the product?
I think it was Kodak, wasn't it? With all the cameras?
I don't know. Could have been a half a dozen things we worked on.
My money's on Kodak, but
Kodak rarely showed their cameras, and they would have just shown you a gorgeous football play in Kodak, because I worked on tons of Kodak. Kodak was about beautiful pictures. This to me feels like, it doesn't feel like Campbell's Soup either, because I worked on Campbell's Soup, and Campbell's Soup definitely had a thing with the NFL. I'm not sure what this was. This was a loose piece I found today. It was not in a job envelope. If I find something it connects to, I will get in touch with you on what it is. So, have I shown the Batman Presto Magic art for the stickers? Okay, the Batman Presto Magic art for the stickers is a stat that I found that I posted. So what I'm going to be doing is actually posting some of our older artwork that we have that we have stats of because original art was handed over to the client, or even newspaper stuff that we have and stuff like that. I have dug out a bunch of my early repping work that I did with Neal, which is stuff that I know most of you don't even know Neal did. So we'll have fun with that through the week.
I wish we could get Dad's ring of the Nibelung art back.
His what?
His ring of the Nibelung for the Met.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know, you wanted that piece forever.
I love that piece.
Right. Okay, well, it may be, a lot of that art goes in the garbage. Like, advertising agencies throw shit away. They don't all keep it.
They would have kept that one. I am choosing to believe somebody kept that one and it's still in existence.
Okay. So my peanut chucker here at the baseball game is $150 to claim. Again, like I said, the Winston part of this is a copy, but the original art of the guy throwing peanuts at a game is definitely Neal. We will put a certificate of authenticity along with it. This is $150 to buy. And that is, we're referring to this one as the Peanut Chucker. Again, these have nice feelings. It's like Christmas in her nice feelings, a little sporty today. And it worked out that way. Like pieces that I found today were just like in the sports category. Okay, this is obviously a baseball game. In that the format of this is the same. I can actually put a Winston pack with it. This for some reason didn't have the Winston pack, but it is the same format, so I know it is part of that Winston. But again, here is a baseball play. It is the same size, and it is $150 to buy. And this is called the Confusion, Baseball Confusion. Because obviously the pitcher seems fine. The guy who may be a catcher, I think, does not seem fine.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. He looks like he's
What?
having trouble there.
Right, exactly. And yes, these are old because you're right. We haven't done cigarette ads in many, many, many years. Looks like he got caught in a rundown. Probably. Okay, so we call this one Baseball Confusion for anybody out there. Again, the price for this is $150. I can put a Winston pack on this so it looks like the other one. For some reason, this one does not have the Winston pack. Okay, next one is this one, which we call NASCAR Winner. Ooh. I can take my sticker off. I'll leave my sticker off. So again, this is the same campaign. And these are, like I said, all really nice drawings. Some people like cigarette advertising. This is $150 to buy. This is pen and ink Neal. Like I said, any one of these will get a certificate of authenticity that will go along with it. Obviously, he's celebrating with a bottle of champagne. Cute art. And my next one is Winston Baseball TV. So this is up in the control room, obviously, for Winston.
Yeah, this was back in the day before Wi-Fi, so I want to know where they plugged their little TV in.
And again, this is old cigarette advertising for Winston. And the price is $150. It's a guy upstairs and his friend. Yes, we did do full color ads for Winston. Yes. And yes, the TV thing does have an antenna.
I know Joel actually had one of those when we were like early teenagers. Joel had one of those in his room.
Well, we did a lot of cigarette work in the 80s. I would say early 80s through the 80s.
It would have been early 80s that Joel had one.
Because I know Ellen repped. I never repped cigarettes. And Ellen repped cigarettes, and Marilyn definitely repped cigarettes. So,
well, somebody sent me to that Camelot guy.
I couldn't
came
even
back
go
in
on the
tears.
floor. There was a floor that was the cigarette floor in the ad agency, and the door would open and it would be like living in an ashtray. So that's the reason why I never went over to cigarettes, because I would end up coming back with an asthma attack, I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to move on to, oh wait, I do have one more piece of sport art here. Now, I'm going to throw you a little out of whack here. See, I'm going to go to the hockey piece. Okay, so this is an 18 by 13. Now, this was an ad. It did appear in a magazine. I have no idea what magazine. And basically, this is the first job that I repped at continuity. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I came back with a great price from my dad. And he was like, "You got what?" And I thought I had like really screwed up and got a bad price. But his "you got what" was because he was so happy.
Thank God for that.
So I will say this piece is done on 2 pieces of paper because we had to do a revision. So one guy is on one piece of paper, the other guy is on the other piece of paper. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. This is finished pencil render by Neal. This is what the ad looked like. It was never inked or colored. This is the way it printed. Now you're going to ask me, who did I do this for? I think in my book at home, I know who I did this for, but I don't have that book with me right now that I can probably answer that. It is a gorgeous piece of art, and it is big. It is 18 by 13, so it's large. It's dynamic. It is hockey. And I'm selling this for $2,000. Well, in that it says USA and
CCCP.
Right, that I would say yes, this is probably an Olympic piece. But it is old. This is probably, I bet you, 1980. I don't know if 1980 was an Olympic winter year, but it was very early 80s. So, but it is a cool piece of art. It is $2,000 to buy. Like I said, it is signed by Neal. Really tiny, but very neat at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
In pencil, because it was like I said, it was a piece that was done only in pencil. It is $2,000 to claim. It can go on the payment plan because it is artwork where you put 1/3 to 1/4 down as a down payment. You can pay it off over time. This is the first time this is being shown as Zeea Adams art, unless you saw it in the magazine. Very cool piece. It needs a really nice home. It is looking for a nice home to someone who's going to love it. Okay, I'm going to move on. All right. I am going to go to here. Now, this is ancient because it is actually drawn and colored by Neal, and it is all one piece. This isn't, okay, so they're looking it all up now, and Miracle on Ice was 1980 when the U.S. team beat the Soviet team in the Olympics. There you go. Should have charged more money for it. No, I'm only kidding, guys. You're probably right. Like I said, I will look at home. I can't, since we moved, I don't know where my little book of all my first jobs that I handled is. Usually it's up in my cabinet, but I may have taken it home when we moved up here. but I will check at home and see if there's more information that I can give you on that piece. So basically what we're looking at right now is this was for Dimension Shampoo, which is a back in the day shampoo. These are 3 women, and again, this is the original art with the color. So this isn't what we did later in life, which was we would take Neal's line art, copy it, and then color a copy. This is actually coloring Neal's original art. And this is old with the pegs, so this goes back to when we were still pegging artwork.
Yep, this is when animatics were done with video before they were done with computer.
Right. And you can see it comes in different layers. There's a woman where you put that head on, and then she has beautiful hair. And that's what Dimension Shampoo is about, that it gave you dimension in your hair, and you flung your hair around, and life was wonderful. The second piece is here with beautiful hair. I think she has more flings. Yeah. I have a feeling this is the same. Or she's the blonde.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the same blonde on the other cheek.
I don't see the blonde. I see the brunette.
The other head is the blonde.
Oh, okay. And then I have a brunette. So these, I'm selling these 3 pieces with all the parts and pieces. Like I said, as you can tell, the bottom here has the peg holes. So this is actually film shooting of a commercial, not video shooting of a commercial. This is $600 to buy. And I will do a certificate of authenticity to go along with these. This is a time period where I believe this is Neal coloring his own work. It is $600 to buy. Pencils and ink, and I believe color is Neal, and it will have a certificate of authenticity that states that, and I'm selling all 3 of these for $600. And that is my weird hair stuff for the night. For a weird Wednesday. All right, I'm going to move on. Now, my top stuff. Okay, I wanted to show people this because I want you guys to think about it. Because when I was going through the art and I've shown these, I'm going to show Mickey Mouse. So I showed Mickey Mouse. Now, Mickey Mouse, like I said, is on a large piece of paper. It is a full figure of Mickey. This is pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. And like I said, we were working on all these characters when we were working on that Fanta artwork. And then I got excited because I forgot that this was Mickey in a top hat. And I thought, oh my God, I found a copy of the color that we did. But unfortunately, I have the cowboy Mickey. Now, what I wanted to show you was, look how cool this is. And then we can take this, make a copy, and then color it as well as this is colored. So to give you like where this piece of art can go, where you can keep the aesthetic of Neal's black and white line, but yet you can hang something that's beautifully colored in your house, and it's Mickey Mouse, guys. Go to Disney. You know, this is Mickey Mouse drawn by Neal. You could get one colored by Zeea. You know, I don't think this would be an exorbitant amount of money for Zeea to color a figure of Mickey Mouse for you.
Nope.
But I just wanted you to see this because you can turn something like this into something like this. And I don't know any kid that would not want this. I want it. So we have Mickey Mouse at $1,200, and we have Donald Duck at $1,200. So those both are available. I am just showing you the color work to give you an idea of where this can go to make you crazy. These are gorgeous pieces by Neal. I want these two pieces to have a good home. These are originals. They are so slickly inked. And the paper is a one-ply slick plate finish. So for him to get that ink line on a plate finish paper is amazing.
No smears.
No smears. No hairiness, nothing. It's like perfect. It almost feels like this can't be the original.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean Mickey Mouse does have some white out. Mickey Mouse has a little bit of white out on his head and one of his eyeballs. But not much. Right. So again, this is $1,200 a piece. We have Mickey and we have Donald. And for just a little bit more, you can get it colored by Zeea and have a magical piece. And you can still keep your black and white. And you know Zeea will give the pizzazz. Because she can't help herself either.
There is that.
Okay, because we're one happy family. Just like Neal would love the bombs. Where do you think we get it from? And then I wanted to show you. Okay, so I found some stuff on Dracula. So this is a Dracula 3 Brides. This is the original we have for sale. And the price on that is
$1,200.
$1,200. So I just wanted you to know that, like, this is what it was all about. This is what Neal was working on. This is what Neal did, because this is actually one of those movie, whatever's, I forget what they're called.
Promotional art.
Well, it's called a sheet. It's like a sheet.
Okay.
From the Dracula movie. Okay, so to go back to the Mickeys for Ted Keaton. So the black and white Mickey is what's available as an original drawing for $1,200, and so is Donald Duck. The cowboy Mickey that's in color is just a copy of one we did. I don't know what happened to him, but that is just to show that you can take a black and white and then you can get it copied and then colored and made beautiful like the cowboy. So the cowboy is not an original. That was not for sale, but Mickey and Donald were for sale for $1,200 each. Yes, a one sheet or a lobby card. Thank you, Happy Towers. So this was the movie. It was Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was who was the director?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola.
You drink his wine.
Yes, I know. No, Martha drinks.
Martha drinks his wine.
She probably doesn't. It's probably too cheap for her. And then I wanted to show you this, which is another piece. This is a copy of Neal's pencil, but the women here are very much like the women here.
Just way tighter.
Just way tighter. But this is more information on this piece. Oh, okay, thank you. I saw that color one, but I love those black and white ones too. Well, like what I'm saying is that you can buy the black and whites for the $1,200, whatever character you want, for a minimal amount of money more. You can get it colored by Zeea. And then you can keep your black and white line pristine, and you can get Zeea to copy that black and white line, color it like the way we work at Continuity all the time. And then you would have a gorgeous color piece to go with your original pristine Neal Adams art. And we would make it just as special as that Mickey Mouse cowboy looks. So that's what that was about, Ted. Okay, so back to Dracula. So this Dracula with the 3 Brides is a published piece. This was published in most newspapers or on one sheets like I just showed you. The lobby card, unfortunately, that piece of art is not on the lobby card. So this piece of art that I have here, which I believe, is it signed? Is Is it not signed? No, it's not signed. So I would have to do a certificate of authenticity on that for Neal. But if you're into Dracula, if you're into Francis Ford Coppola, here's a piece of history with Neal for the price of $1,200. Okay. Bring the hot big bunnies. Get a hot little bunnies. Okay. I'm gonna hop Snoopy and hop this and go to this since we're kind of on this. So I wanted to show this since we're kind of on Mickey Mouse. Now this is the same client that we were doing those other two for. These are very large. They are
13 by 19.
13 by 19. Now this is a spread. I'm only selling these as spreads. I don't want to break, like I want to buy page 1 and not page 2. This was done for Fanta. This is pencil and ink Neal. This one is called the Fanta Avalanche. Fanta soda in Spanish countries is very big, and this is done for one of their advertisements for Fanta.
Yeah, down in Brazil, this is huge.
Yeah. This is pen and ink Neal, 100%. And the price for this is $2,000 to buy. You get both pages of art, which both have Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy. But Neal does great as he refers to Bigfoot characters because cartoons have generally big feet. Superheroes have little feet. And the nice thing, you know, it used to be fun to go to DC and be jealous of all the stuff up at DC and go to Marvel and be jealous of all the stuff at Marvel. But then when I came back to the office of continuity, I realized, like, but I get to work on everyone's licensing. And I can have in my office any character I want. And at DC you can't. And at Marvel you can't. So I realized in the end that I was luckier because I got to work on whether it was Snoopy, whether it was Mickey Mouse, whether it was Superman, whether it was, well, I never really worked on Spider-Man, different Marvel stuff. You know, there's not, except for maybe Barbie, there's very few characters that we haven't touched in the, you know, almost, you know, I realized like this year continuity turns 50, guys. You know, we've worked on everything. He-Man.
This is my favorite panel in all the Fanta ones, though. Donald falling that
Donald
whack.
Fine. Yeah. So $2,000 for Fanta Avalanche. All right, I'm gonna put this over to the side. Look. All right.
You can skip around as long as I can see.
I'm gonna do this one. So this is Batman Forever. So this again is that licensing art for Batman Forever, the movie. This is the Robin fight. This is a large piece. It goes on forever. And it has Riddler, Batman, Robin, and I can't see who's the
Two-Face.
Two-Face. So it has a lot of characters from the movie. This is 14 by, I would say, about 8. This is pen and ink Neal. Again, it's very stylized, but I find this piece very cool. And cool is the right word.
And Robin actually has a different emblem on his shirt, and I do see that there's a note that says "Fix Robin's emblem."
Uh-oh.
Mm.
And this is $2,000 to buy. This is not a signed piece, so we will do a certificate of authenticity that goes along with this. But I know this piece framed up would be amazing. It's just got action that is just so well designed and I know it is not Batman and Robin that Neal draws every day, but it just has this really great design element to it. Like all I want to do is color this and put it up together. Right, composition is very balanced, and I just love how one flows into the other, into the other, into the other. It's just so smart. $2,000 to buy. Again, this would get a certificate of authenticity to go with it. Two-Face might be thrilled to be kicked by Robin. You never know. All right, I'm going to put this one over here. I'm going to move along because I feel like we did a lot of prints and a lot of stuff tonight. So, okay, so next up is, I know not everybody loves clowns. This is Progresso Clown. Why is it Progresso?
I don't know. That's what you told me it was.
Oh, I think you misunderstood. But that's okay, because I don't think this was for Progresso. Okay, here's a clown by Neal. Now what I'm showing here is Neal's original line art and Neal's...
It says Progresso Scene 1 on it.
Yeah. Well, maybe it is for Progresso. I guess there was a clown in Progresso. So this is a clown which we have the original pen and ink. And then we have the color.
Thank you, Marty McFly. Have a good night.
And I'm selling both of these together for $350. A certificate of authenticity will go along with it. I will say that I am not a lover of clown art, but what I did like about this was that he is not only a clown, but he blows up balloons and makes, funny animals. And I felt that for a clown, this guy was pretty charming. So I too have a little bit of clown ick myself, but I love what Neal did here.
It just says, even his eyebrows are evil.
He's not that bad. I would say this is a happy clown. So this is $350 to buy. I'm going to move. All right. This we sold last week. I think we sold Harry Potter. This is another piece to that same job. It was licensing art. This is $350 to buy. This is pen and ink Neal. I know Neal was selling this when we were on air with Neal. We've had this for a while. This comes from the third movie style guide book. And we're selling this for $350. Again, I don't think this is signed by Neal.
Nope.
So a certificate of authenticity would go along with it, stating that this is pen and ink Neal. So I don't remember who bought Harry Potter, but this is of that same style guide, and this is a really nice piece. But then again, when does Neal? I won't show you a piece that Neal didn't do a nice piece, but those are few and far between. All right, you want to do the fisherman?
Sure. Whatever you want to do. Go for what you're feeling.
I'm going to do fisherman because I've been to do this last Wednesday and we never got to it. Okay, so this is my fisherman accountant. This is a commercial comp. I believe this was for AT&T. It definitely has something to do with this guy with a computer on his lap wherever he goes. This is pen and ink Neal. Color is the front room. again, this is where I'm telling you the same thing we can do with Mickey Mouse, where you can keep your black and white line pristine, like the original art here is, and then we copy it and we color it like the way you see the color on the other side, so that you can keep your art as black and white art and still have a lovely color piece. This piece to me, the artwork is fantastic. I mean, in a way, if you wanted, we probably could take the guy out of the boat in the color and patch it.
Maybe.
But to me, the fisherman with the sea, with the trees in the background and all that, this is, once again, a really nice piece of art. I'm selling these two pieces together for $900. A certificate of authenticity would go along with this. Like I said, the original pen and ink is there by Neal. The original color is the front room continuity guides. Really nice art. I guess Andrea has done where she has framed her black and white art next to her color, and that you get to appreciate both of them just like this. Okay. All right. So that's Fisherman Accountant, and the price on that was $900. You get both pieces. I'm going to go into comic book land a little bit. I'm going to hop over to Black Panther. Okay, I have a Black Panther. Now this is a published cover for the first issue of Black Panther, right as the movie opened. We're selling this for $12,000.
Actually, it says 15 on the front.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 12 on the back. All right, I'm going to go with the 15. Sorry, guys. I think the 12 was an older price.
Happy Tower says, I want to buy everything tonight.
If 15 is on the front, that's what I have to go with. So $15,000 is the price tag on this. Sorry for that confusion. Neal loved this cover. Once again, you can see Neal on video talking about this cover and how he didn't know that they were going to have this big statue in the movie, and he did the big statue.
Oh, he was so stoked.
Kismet.
Yeah. Dad was so stoked.
Right. So gorgeous. Published art. Neal Adams published art. It is signed by Neal. At the bottom, the price is $15,000 for this. I am gonna do.
Yes, but Happy Towers, the problem with mortgages is you get interest payments and penalty fees. Payment plan here, you don't get those.
Okay, I'm gonna put Black Panther to the side. Unfortunately, I don't have a Black Panther comic book right now. I'm gonna do the Batman Odyssey page.
This one is also 15.
Yes, this one is 15. So this is from Batman Odyssey 2, page 12. So again, you're looking at a published piece of art from Batman Odyssey.
I'm going to butt in again one more time. Antbone423 on Instagram. You can own a piece of art. There are so many people, so many of our viewers that thought the same thing. I will never own a piece of Neal Adams art. You can. We have a payment plan on original art. You put a quarter to a third as a down payment, and then you pay the rest as you can within, a fairly reasonable amount of time. But there are no interest fees. There are no penalty fees. If you skip a month, it's no big deal. We're not going to care. If we don't hear from you from like 6 months, we may call or email to check up on you, make sure everything's okay and you still want the piece. But we have so many people that are now like, I don't have enough wall space for all of my Neal Adams art. And these are the same people that made the same comment, and there's no way I can ever do it.
Matter of fact, I would say almost all the people that are currently on have put one or other pieces on payment plans. And that's how they all have been able to buy as much as they all own of Neal Adams art. So what we're looking at is Batman Odyssey 2, page 12, where Batman is obviously kicking butt. Now this is a Batman page. There's an awful lot of Batman on here. A lot of people feel that pages that have Batman in action or a good Batman headshot makes a page worth more money. So this page kind of has all of that going on.
Hand phone, absolutely. I highly recommend it. It is the easiest, bestest way to get original art. And as far as I'm aware of, we are the only ones that do it.
Yes, I'm always told that.
And we have Andrea Durand on Facebook, one of our usual followers, saying payment plan makes it all possible. And Kelly Rusk says, many of us have several art portfolios to house all of our Neal Adams art. So like I said, these are the same people that, like you felt it's never going to happen. It can happen. Dreams really do come true.
That is true. And now I'm going to try to make Zea's dream come true.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to shift the show over to Zeea for right now. Basically, what is behind me, hopefully she can get it in, is Zea's original painting, which we only showed these original paintings at New York Comic Con. This is Zea's original painting. The size of this is?
This is the 3 foot by 3 foot, so that's 36 inch by 36 inch.
Right. So this is a large painting.
There she is.
We refer to this one as Ginger because she's got the red hair. Now, this is painted by Zeea Adams, who is the daughter of Neal Adams. And she got this panel that she drew from Ben Casey, which Neal did as a syndicated strip back in the 60s. And basically, Zeea went through the Ben Casey newspaper strips, found, she's done 3 of these, right? 3 women?
Yep.
She's done 3 panels of women that she found from the Ben Casey. The storyline or lettering or balloon is from the Ben Casey panel that she picked. And she has Neal Adams' old signature on it because she's definitely doing a Neal Adams piece based on a Neal Adams piece. Right. She's not hiding that in any way.
Exactly.
And then she signs underneath that Zea's signature. So Zeea is now, what paint is this? What are you doing, Zee?
Okay, so basically the way I painted this was the color is acrylic ink that is airbrushed, and the inking is actually ink. It's acrylic ink mixed with India ink, which is permanent. It's not going to wash off. I learned that the hard way on one of the other paintings. Got to use the one that washes off. So this is permanently. It's also varnished, so it's easy to clean. If it gets dusty, not a problem.
And this is on canvas.
This is on canvas. This is on framed canvas. So I'm actually going to, while I'm in frame, walk over and show you that it is, in fact, a framed canvas. So you'll see it is on a frame.
Okay, so this is the second time this piece as a finished painting has been put on display. Zia is selling this for $5,000.
Yep.
And are you honoring the payment plan?
I am, in fact, honoring the payment plan.
Okay, so Zia's honoring the payment plan. We put a third to a quarter down as a down payment. It is, again, another gorgeous piece of art up here at Continuity.
Godzilla t-shirt. Andrea says these look amazing in person. She would know. She saw them at New York Comic Con.
Right. They are very big. I mean, they're very big. They're pop arty. You can hang this in your living room anywhere in America and feel happy to own it. Ginger was very popular.
Yep, and she can hang right on your wall.
Right.
There's no need to get a frame unless you really want one.
Right.
But the edges are finished. The artwork goes all the way to the edge of the canvas. The sides are finished. So she can go right on your wall.
So think about Ginger, guys. It is a definitely Neal Adams piece in a way, but yet it is definitely Zea's piece. It's a good meld of the two of them. And Zeea watched Neal do the pop art Green Lanterns that Neal did himself and painted.
Yep.
That's where Zeea learned it from. I think Zeea decided she wanted to do some cool women because all we were doing were a lot of Green Lanterns. So Zea's turn on that was, why let all these beautiful women in Ben Casey panels die with the syndicated strip in a way? So she's kind of brought them to life by doing this pop art, which is, it's not pop art, it's how Neal drew the Ben Casey panels. Zeea isn't really changing anything except making them on canvas.
Right. I kept the ink lines as close as I could to the original within reason. There's no way. I mean, even with the Green Lantern stuff that Dad did, it was not exactly to the panels. But it's very true to the style. It is as close to the actual line art as I could get. The finished sides, it's finished in white. If there's some issue with that, I could put a color on the side, I suppose. But yeah, I just wanted the sides to be nice and clean so that you could just hang it on a wall and you don't have to have a frame unless you want one. But the other thing I love about this is that this is a point in time when Dad was drawing that Dad used a lot of photographs in order to do his artwork, and the photo that Dad used to do all of his pretty girls was my mom, because that's who was readily available. And so it's really nice that I can have my dad's illustrations of my mom that I can paint up and have as paintings.
Nice job, Zeea.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move us back to Neal Adams now.
Sure.
And then we'll bring out some Jason Adams. Many Adamses in this Adams clan here.
I know. We can't spit without hitting an Adams at some conventions.
Yeah, right. I'm going to put a Nightwing line up. So now I lost my plastic.
Sorry.
And my things are missing. Oh, falling apart here. Okay. So Nightwing is a large piece. Now I'm going to talk about Nightwing. Now, Zeea is working right now on a Batman. It's a Batman piece that we have shown as line art, and we've tried selling it. What are you bringing out your needle? Never, because the piece I'm working on right now is like 5 feet by 5 feet. It's a huge piece for my grandson.
No, but I will say, if you are interested in seeing what it looks like, I have a few pieces at home that I can bring in to show you.
Which is actually based on Zeea. It's actually where Zea's name came from.
That's right.
So that would be actually kind of cool for Weird Wednesday. Okay, so what we're looking at is Nightwing. I was talking about Batman. So Zeea right now is coloring a Batman up, which she is now doing kind of like fast motion through
the time lapse
through doing the coloring. I think in some places we'll color slow. In some cases we're going to time lapse it the way we've been doing it. And whereas I think it has not been really looked at in black and white. I think once you see the dynamic color that Zeea is going to put on this piece, that you will feel different about the possibility of buying that Batman. When Zeea did the
Phoenix.
I mean, the first words everybody was saying is like, "Is this one for sale?"
Right.
And it wasn't. It was a piece that we were coloring because somebody had made their last payments on it, so it's time to finally color that up. We're going to be doing that more and more. Now that I have told you that little story, I want you to look at this Nightwing line piece. Now, at first, even I feel it's kind of like an awkward piece. This
is the 1-inch punch piece.
Yeah, this is the 1-inch punch piece. Now, I am going to have Zeea color this. And I know when Zeea colors this, she is going to do something super magical that's going to make this piece rock. And then everybody's going to be like, I can't believe it's that piece. So there are times where you can have a black and white piece that maybe isn't doing it for you. But again, when you add color to it, it comes to life. So I'm just going to point this out, that I will say that once this piece is colored, which will be one of the next things we're going to be working on, that this will pop for you. Now the size of this is 11 by 14. This is pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. We're selling this for $2,000. It is Nightwing. And it's going to get a color treatment.
I'm also going to mention before I get started actually coloring a piece, what I'm going to do is go online and show it to you guys. I will show you guys my color plan for it. And I will give a day to, like, if there's anything that anybody wants me to show in real time, to let me know. I'll give it 24 hours to let me know. And then I'm going to start coloring. If you don't let me know that you want to see it in real time, it's going to be in the time lapse.
Now, Happy Towers is saying, I'll second that with, look what Zeea did with Shazam. Exactly. Ryan Torrance wants to know, speaking of color, where is that Phoenix?
I think I saw her.
Phoenix is on the shelf. It's on the shelf to the left side, not the right side. And it's probably on the third or fourth down. I don't think she got buried down. Phoenix is going out the door, guys. Phoenix is done and paid for and will be leaving us
Let me just slide her out of her sleeves
very soon.
Reflections.
And this is what Phoenix came out looking like in the end. For those of you who are curious. Lindsay will pull in on this. Yep. She just had to get back down.
Yeah. I just have to focus a little bit better. There she is. Thank you, Ryan. I aims to please.
You know, the Batman piece she's working on. Granted, it's not working with fiery oranges and yellows, which that's what makes this piece also rock. But we're going to do a really contrasty Batman, a little different than a lot of the other Batmans that we've done. We're going to go a little darker on that one. And I think you're going to be surprised at how that one looks. That one is for sale. So when we start showing Batman and we get into making it work the way that Zeea and I see it, you know, that will be available for buying. This one, like I said, was a piece that somebody just paid off and had bought it in color, and we had to sit down and then color it. This is what we did, and this is going to be going out to someone who I suspect will be very happy when they get it.
And just going to respond to Design for Action. He says, beautiful work. What medium did you color it with? This is colored with Prismacolor and Olo markers. And it does have a little bit of paint, gouache paint for highlights and stuff like that. But if you want to see the time lapses, since you're on Instagram, you would have to go to our Facebook page, which is Neal Adams Comic Artist, and you can watch the time-lapse videos of me coloring this.
Right.
And thank you, Happy Towers.
I really don't know what the price was on this because this has been on a, speaking of payment plans, this has been on a payment plan for a while. So I don't know what the original pricing on this actually was, but it's been paid off. Like I said, you make payments monthly, and you think these are prices, and I get it. These are not prices to sneeze at, but eventually the day comes where like, hey, that's going home, and look how great it is. And the guy paid it off over a time period.
Aw, thank you, Andrea.
Oh, I didn't realize the storm went out.
Yeah.
I thought the storm was still here. So, I mean, Andrea's another one. She's talking about the ideas Zeea comes up with are crazy in a great way. I never imagined my storm piece the way it is now. It's fantastic. We spend, I mean, if you watch Zea's color videos that we post, especially on this Dark Phoenix piece, or Phoenix, I never know what
that was a regular Phoenix.
that's a regular Phoenix. That, we show how she sits, that she'll do almost like a digital color before she sits down and colors. She's got her ideas. She's very together with how she approaches a piece. I mean, your game has to be good to survive a continuity.
Yeah, I don't just bang stuff out.
Many people come out of continuity. Many artists have come out of continuity.
We still have the storm, apparently.
Oh, do we still have the Storm up
We're
here?
going to take a quick peek if I can find her easily.
Yeah, Storm, I don't know where she is. So. All right. Well, for some people, you can see what I just posted, what I just put up there. This is the Justice League finished pencil render. This is original art. You've seen that we have done pieces like when we did the Bat Gang. We did a Green Lantern Gang or Green Gang. We've done the Avengers. Okay, I see, Andrea. Gotcha. So basically, this is the original of the Justice League based on actors. This is a 13 by 19 pencil. And I believe it is signed by Neal. I may be wrong on that. When Zeea comes back, she'll move in on this.
I can't find her easily.
Yeah, I have a feeling, I don't know where she went, because I haven't seen her recently. So I'm sure on Friday we can show it, Andrea, not a problem.
Yeah, because I do have a scan of it, so if we don't find the actual piece or if the piece goes out, I have a scan of it and we can do a little scan of it.
Kelly Russ said, I take my gangsta headshot that Zeea colored to Planet Comic-Con every year. People love it. Happy Tower says, look at the John Wick painting. It's all red, black, and white. It's an amazing application of color.
Thank you. That's going to make me cry. Don't do that.
Oh, don't make Zeea cry. I have to live with her.
I know.
So again, this is based on the actors for the DC universe of Justice League. This is finished pencil render by Neal. This is $8,000 to buy.
Oops. Be good to pull in on the art, Z. Although I am sort of running practically like 3 cameras at once, so you'll have to bear with me.
So great piece of art by Neal. If you're into the actors, if you're into the Justice League, gorgeous piece. I mean, this would be something that if we were to do Asia clay of it, we would take this, turn his pencil almost into a black line, and then color it, making the actors really look like the actors in color. And then we would have the Justice League with actors gang. But this is the original pencil, finished pencil render art by Neal. It is $8,000 to buy. With the ghost spin.
No, that's me being clumsy.
Okay. I'm going to go to the shadow cover next.
Ooh, jokes.
That is in my reach. Okay, I'm going to do this one. This is the shadow cover. Now, this is a published cover that we did with, I believe, Dynamite. And this is pencil and ink. This is a published cover. And we are selling this for $6,000. Nice shadow piece. I mean, Neal drawing the shadow. He's going to be right on target. Gun blasting. Bad guys screaming.
Nice bling on that chick's finger, too.
Yep, nice bling of the lady's finger. She has 5 fingers. Good.
Yes.
Dad may be the first AI. That was mean. The ghost is gonna kill something in my room.
Yeah, I know. Dad's gonna knock something else
I
over
know.
tonight.
I deserve it though. That was mean. Okay, so this is pencil and ink. It is a published piece by Neal. $6,000 is the price on this. It is a shadow cover. It would get a certificate of authenticity to go along with it. Okay. I did find this Hulk piece. I have a Hulk profile for $600 available. Just to come down, from upstairs pricing here. And Hulk, like I said, is $600 to buy. This is pen and ink Neal. It is signed by Neal. I have the Dark Phoenix Canson. So this is done on a color paper. It's Canson paper. And this is $1,900 to buy. This is a piece that we had. Zeea has gone in it and pulled some of the whites and darkened some stuff as well. So this has been gone. You know what? I'm going to pull it out of the plastic.
Well, you can see it clearly in the scanning pan. Give me a second to get it.
Instagram.
Yeah.
It's still out there.
Yeah, well, it's not quite as dark on Instagram, so I think we're okay.
There.
There she is.
Right.
There she is.
So she really pops now. Has a lot of contrast. Again, the price on this is $1,900. It is a signed piece by Neal.
Yep, and I used some wash to make her eyes green because with the dark paper, there was no way it was going to happen with color, so I wanted with paint to give her green eyes. with little pieces of red paper sticking up from it too.
This can, yes. This can be put on the payment plan.
Thank you. I mean, the edge lighting was already there. I just made it a bit brighter.
Right. Popped it a little bit more. But this piece also framed up. Nice piece. And it's got a nice price of $1,900. Not a bad price at all. Okay, I'm going to do Batgirl, and then we're going to do Jason.
Okay.
This here. Okay, so I'm going to do this Batgirl next. Batgirl full figure. Poor full figure Batgirl. This is 11 by 14. This is Batgirl. This is pen and ink Neal. Color on this is Jason. If you can get over to Facebook or YouTube, I highly recommend it. This has a lot of airbrushing work on it. It has an amazing background to it in airbrush. And you're really getting to see the true color of this piece. I always felt like this piece hurt because the cameras never really did it justice. And because it has so much airbrushing in it, on it, I don't like pulling it out of the plastic for fear that it will do something. Like I'll scratch it or something like that. So basically this is what it looks like outside of the plastic, which like I said, I don't like taking this one in and out of plastic because of all the airbrushing on it. It has a fantastic color background to it. The purples, reds, and oranges on this are amazing. The moon in the background is amazing. And it's Batgirl pen and ink Neal. Color on this one is Jason. And we're selling this one for...
This one is $2,000. I got to answer somebody on Instagram. Yes, we do payment plans. You put a quarter to a third of the total payment down as a down payment. The rest you pay as you choose. We request a reasonable amount of time. But there is no interest fees.
If a payment is made every month, even if it's like $20 that month,
right?
It's fine.
You
as
choose
long
the
as
amount.
we know that you're thinking about the piece and that you're paying it one way or another off.
Right.
And then when you're completely paid off, we ship it out. There's no interest or penalties.
Right.
We don't bother anybody really.
No. I mean, if we don't hear from you for like 6 months, we may check to make sure everything's okay.
Right.
But we're not going to harass you for money or anything like that. It's not our way.
Correct. Okay, I'm going to end the show with Jason's statues tonight, and then I'm going to start the show on Friday night with Jason's statues because Jason has gotten a little hit with it's a little late. We went a little late tonight. Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, and for the person on Instagram, we did show some Batman pieces at the beginning of the show. We do post these so that you can rewatch them at your leisure, and you can still purchase things, even if we're not doing our live. Just send us a direct message as to which piece it is. If you can send us a screen grab, that's even better. And then we can communicate with you that way through the direct messages.
And I will say Friday night, we're back to almost being a Batman night. If you're interested in original art, Friday night is the night I would recommend you watch. Because tonight was kind of our Weird Wednesday, where we do a lot of advertising art. We do a lot of weird pieces that we've done over the years at Continuity. It is not so superhero heavy. I mean, we end up in the end doing superhero heavy. But Friday night, we'll be back with more Batman. So if you're interested in Batman, Batman will be here Friday night. We start at 7:30, same place, Instagram.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So like I said, we're going to go on to Jason, and I'm going to start the show on Friday with Jason to make up with putting him at the very end tonight. You don't have my papers.
Sorry.
My papers.
Sorry.
Okay. Jason very much wanted me to show this piece tonight.
This is the kit that goes with the Daredevil.
Okay.
He's
So
got 3 different Daredevil kits.
okay, so we're doing Lord of the Jungle first. So this is Lord of the Jungle. Jason is still here. Okay, so Lord of the Jungle and what we are currently looking at, or kind of looking at. I'm going to pull him away from my box over here.
I'm going to try to get him in focus here.
Yep. And I can spin him around for everybody. So Lord of the Jungle is a cold cast bronze. A cold cast bronze is a resin casting, like Jason's model kits, except that before the resin is poured into the mold is coated with bronze powder, giving it the bronze look. After the resin is poured in, a casting where it has a bronze surface layer. This is Jason's own design. Jason has signed them on the bottom. And there are 3 of these available.
Since he's so dark, it's a little hard to see him, so I'm going to put white behind him.
Okay. So Jason has 3 of these available. They are priced at $120 plus shipping. This is Jason's own design. If you think I can remember all of this, you're
trying really hard.
All right, I'm going to
so you can see him.
I'm going to spin him around a little bit. So he is quite full Tarzan here. Jason does great anatomy. Once again, sometimes doing superheroes is easier because you're not doing faces. Little faces are not that easy to do.
Yeah, luckily enough, I have a scan pad for him, but that's good for Instagram.
Okay. So that's the back side.
There we go.
And for you guys on Facebook and once again, Facebook and YouTube, you get to see this.
And what was the price on this?
The price on this is $120 plus shipping. And that Jason signs on the bottom of the statue, and he has 3 of these available.
Yeah, well, I had Jason at home shoot some spins for me so I can put them up for you.
Right. So again, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can see the well-lit turn versus I do not have a well-lit turn.
Yeah, I'm afraid not.
And again, it's not like the piece is made of bronze. It is a bronze powder that goes into the casting that then gives it a bronze look to it.
Unfortunately, the next images, the next cast that we have, I do not have spins on. So
I think he's easier to see in a weird way.
Yeah.
Okay. The size of this is, give me 1 second. This isn't as big as like the ape one we showed last week. He stands at almost 10 inches tall from the base to the top of the tree. And I would say the width on this is probably 4 inches. Right. So he is from the bottom of the base to the top of the tree, I would say is 9 1/4. Jason does great sculpts. Like I said, this is his own design. This isn't based on anything that Neal did. A quiet moment of Tarzan in the jungle. So this is one of his statues. Again, we'll show this again on Friday night when we open our show, because I feel like these deserve that. The next thing we're going to show is Daredevil. Now this is a Daredevil sculpt. I have to get my Daredevil paperwork here. Where'd Daredevil go? Okay, so Daredevil. He comes in a resin gray model kit. Paint it yourself. Now he has 5 of those available for $80, and I should have put up the gray one. So the gray one, unless that's the bronze one. So I guess the gray one isn't here.
Yeah, that's the one that's
Right.
not put together. You put it together
So
yourself.
for $80, watch Chris break the his shit. He comes like this with his base.
Actually, he'd be good to put on the light thing because you can see the details better.
Okay, I will put him on there. Oh. No, he's not on his base. I do have his base, so I'm gonna have to hold him.
Okay.
Otherwise, he will fall over.
Well, you can definitely see more of the detail with this one than the other one.
Right.
All right, so this one was 80.
This is 80. This you put together. It seems like there are 2 pieces. It is
And
the
you paint it
base
yourself.
and this. Right. And you paint it yourself and put it together yourself.
So
And you
that's the
clean it.
$80 one.
And you clean it a little bit yourself. For those people who like doing that, I am one of those people who love buying stuff like this and painting it myself. Another side of Chris you guys don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
But Pete and I sometimes, we used to do this a lot actually on the weekends. There used to be a store in the village that sold Looney Tunes, and I have, what's the cat? Courageous Cat and Minnie Mouse I bought. But it is fun to buy this stuff, put it together. It doesn't take much. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Put it together or paint it and then put it together is how I like to work. These things clean pretty easy. It looks more horrifying than it really is. And it's a lot of fun to paint this stuff yourself. So Jason has 5 of these at $80 if you want to do it this way. If you want to do a cold cast bronze, which again is doing that bronze powder thing, which I guess that's what that one is. He has one available for $100. I'm gonna put his base in here. And this is the first time I'm kind of doing this, so I'll get this down. Okay, so this is the cold cast bronze, and then we'll show you a red metal is when you put a layer of bronze or metal powder, again in the mold, coating the inside, and then you pour in the resin, leaving the permanent layer of bronze or metal on the surface. So this is a bronze Daredevil, which Jason has one of for $100. And these are large. They're large and quite nice.
And Jason, since you can't see the YouTube right now, Paul Pulpaboon is saying amazing Tarzan sculpture, Jason.
Daredevil stands probably, I would say, 7.5, and he's probably 5 inches wide.
Okay, I'm being asked on Instagram, is Neal's sketch of the Batmobile with Robin and Batman driving available still?
Yes, it is. That is available. If you're interested in buying it, all you have to do is direct message us. But that is still available. And it'll be back up on Friday. Like I said, we didn't do a lot of Batman tonight. Friday night is our superhero night. Friday night is definitely Batman night. And all the Batmans will be out on Friday night. And then we have the red metal, which was the first one that I showed, which is this one, which again is 100 to buy. And he has one available.
He's 100 as well?
He has 100 as well. And this is the red metal. Okay, Jason, what type of paint would you use for the kit? I think we're all going to learn about sculpting now.
Yep.
Jason will come back to us.
He's typing.
Is he typing?
He's a bit like Dad when he types.
Oh, okay.
He didn't take typing in school like you and I did.
I didn't take typing in school.
You didn't? Jason
No, we
says,
were too busy lighting the ribbons on fire and throwing them out the window and throwing typewriters out of the window.
Well, see,
that's what you do in typing class in the Bronx.
Well, you saw the schools
window.
you saw the schools I went to, so that did not happen there. We didn't have prison bars on our schools.
Right. Well, they put prison bars on the.
Well, you were in the Bronx, so yeah.
Afterwards, but when we were there, they didn't have them up on the 3rd floor. So, all right, I'm going to answer these questions as soon as I'm done with this Daredevil. Jason is saying acrylics work well on kits. You use a spray primer first. So that is the answer for the kit. That was the light gray one. You can also get model paints. I mean, I love model paints. They come in metallics. They come in everything. They're cool. They're like little jars. You get little paintbrushes, and you have a great time. Get yourself a bottle of wine. Paint yourself a model. It's fun.
Get some creative painting that way.
Cleaning them. Jason, what do you do to clean the seams?
So it's like a fine grit sandpaper.
A fine grit sandpaper. And then you just buy yourself some model paints. And you can have a great time.
Twizzler?
Huh?
Twizzler?
I'll take a Twizzler. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you use thin acrylic through the airbrush? Oh, people are getting fancy now. We're airbrushing our models.
And Andrea wants to know, geez, you threw typewriters out the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you see that video that we posted of Chris in front of the computer, talking about the school that she went to, that's the school.
Yeah, we didn't show the
school.
we
didn't show the school.
We just showed the convent that turned into the drug center. We showed the house that Dad did all the comic books in. But we didn't show my junior high school jail. Okay, Jim Hacker wants to know, whatever happened to Neal's Kiss piece? Did you sell that? Do you ever plan to make a print of that? What Kiss piece?
Probably that big pencil one.
Do we have that?
Yeah, we still have that.
I don't think I can make a print of it because I don't have a license to cast.
Yeah, and Gene Simmons pays attention to this shit.
And I think we do still have the original. Lots of people airbrush on model kits. They make some great acrylic airbrush paints. Nice work by Jason. Jason said, I think we printed the Kiss piece in the sketchbook. Yeah, we did. because in a sketchbook we can do that. In a
You just can't do
you
a
can't
print.
do a print.
Because in a sketchbook, it's not just.
And for the person who was asking me about the Batmobile, it's actually sitting right here,
He sent us a DM.
and it is still available.
What was the number on that?
6,000.
Okay.
Okay. So, if anybody wants to see anything, again, now's the time to say something. If you're watching this and you weren't part of the show tonight, but there's something that you've seen, I always tell everybody you can direct message us anytime. Everybody up here pays attention to the direct messages. Whether that's Rich, who's homesick, getting over a cold. Rich has been a real pro and is answering you guys the best way he can based on the fact that he is at home. We're always here. Rich will call me and say, "Hey, Chris, did you see this on the direct messaging?" If there's something that I may have missed because he didn't see me answer it. So we're always around. Things are always available unless we sold it. And Friday night, like I said, the differences now between Wednesdays and Fridays is we're showing a larger world of continuity on Wednesday, and we're sticking with our more traditional superhero world on Friday. Not to say we don't have superheroes on Wednesday, because obviously I showed superheroes tonight. And we may do things like show sculptures of Jason on Wednesday night or paintings by Zeea on a Wednesday night. But then again, they may pop up also on Friday night. And yes, we do answer on off hours. We generally don't work the weekend. We answer on the weekends. We answer late at night. Sometimes I'll answer at 5 o'clock in the morning just because I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we do answer just about everybody back. So you can always ask about a piece. That's always open door policy here. So does anybody need to see anything? Otherwise, I think Z and I are going to say goodnight tonight. We've gone a little longer than we normally do on a Wednesday night, but it's been fun. Yes, we still have the Havoc headshot. It is behind Chris. Havoc is right here. Havoc is $600. Yeah, let me move Daredevil's over here. It is a Neal Adams profile Havoc for $600. It is signed by Neal. I can move this out so you can see it without. I didn't see aprons. Did you see aprons?
Brent Fontenot is the one who was asking if you still have a headshot.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Where is that coming in?
Facebook. That's why you pulled out the Havoc.
No, I pulled out the Havoc because I saw Sam.
Oh.
Sam answered.
All right. Well, Brent Fontenot says you still have the Havoc headshot. Question mark.
Yes, we can use the payment plan thingy on Havoc. So yes, we can. Yes. Havoc is available. The payment plan works for him as well. He is a piece of original artwork. The payment plan works on all artwork. The payment plan worked on Zea's painting, which is artwork. Yep. I'm sure Jason probably takes the payment plan on his sculptures. The only thing we don't do payment plans on is really the prints, and that's only because we like getting them out of here because they're just bigger and they get in the way of things. So prints, we ask to be paid in full within the week and ship them out. We like to get them out of here. But the original art is always on a payment plan available. It's not always on payment plan. But for those who want to use the payment plan, yes. So Brent is going to claim Havoc as a gift to himself for his birthday. Not a problem, Brent. I will put your name on this. So Z, we are selling Havoc for $600. It's going to go to Brent. Okay, Brent, it is yours. Your name is on the back of this.
Happy
Gotcha.
Tires. Happy Tires says prints are not on the payment plan because it is my drug of choice.
And we'll even do, I guess I'm down to butterflies. So, Zeea, hold your ears. And why do mine spin?
You have to squeeze tight.
Stop.
That one's already been. Has that been blown?
Oh, this has been blown.
Once you look at it and poof.
Okay, here we go. I'm waiting for that day that
Yeah,
this
I know.
explodes in my face.
There you go.
There we go. So that was for Brent. I'm deaf now. Congrats on your piece. And thank you for buying from us. It's always fun to blow off the bombs. That's half the reason why I do this, is just to blow bombs. I am running down on bombs, so I'm going to have to order some more bombs. And we will see you Friday night. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us. I hope you enjoyed our Weird Wednesday. Hopefully, I don't know if Rich will be back on Friday or not, but I'm sure both Rich and Pete will be back next week. And maybe Z and I will take off. Haha. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. Tomorrow is another work day. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye. Oh, and 12-cent comics are you're catching us just as we're leaving.
Okay.
We're doing great, but thank you. If you feel like it, rewatch the video. Thank you, guys. Bye.